Welcome back. So today wasn't a good day, to say the least. You just have to kind of laugh it off because it just wasn't a good day at all. U.S. market, tech dumped, crypto-related stock dumped, Bitcoin dumped, ETH dumped, crypto dumped, everything dumped. Today was just a bad day. So, what happened? Why did everyone dump everything? And are we gonna come back? More importantly, right? So, first things first, everything dumped because of good old Fed Chair Powell. He is going to be giving a speech end of this week at Jackson Hole. There's a whole bunch of people there. Today, actually, something really amazingly good was announced, but overlooked because everything was dumping. So people want to know what Powell's going to say. This will be the last time he speaks at Jackson Hole because his tenure is over. You know, usually he visits once a year, and his tenure is over in May. So a lot of people are fearing that, number one, he may be hawkish in what he says. Number two, he may actually set some policies that go beyond his tenure. So I don't really know what that means. I don't know if he could set anything beyond his term, but that's what I'm reading and hearing, that people are really afraid. And people are really afraid that despite everyone, Trump administration, the people, some of the other Fed governor and presidents, despite everyone wanting lower rates, he may have a different opinion. And it's really because of what happened last week, because the PPI came out and it was way above expectation. That kind of just like changed everything. We were in full bull mode until that happened. And people are afraid because of it. Powell may think otherwise. Right now, it's still pretty much a lock that we get a rate cut next month. But depending on what he says, if he's like, oh, well, inflation's ticking upwards, so, you know, I'm not so sure that we're going to do a cut until we stabilize at 2 or something. If he says anything hawkish like that, you know, the markets will dump like it fell off a cliff. Obviously, the markets have been doing well for the last month or two. For just overall in general, NASDAQ, S&P, Dow all formed new highs. Crypto made a big comeback. Obviously, Bitcoin went to a new high. ETH was about to make a new high. So things are definitely just cooling off from there. But if we get some hawkish tone from Powell, we may lose most of our gains, if I'm being honest. This is why they call him the second most powerful man on the planet, because he affects markets this much, really. And there's only two things he's responsible for. Jobs and inflation. Jobs is not doing so well, obviously. But inflation is also not doing so well. So, I mean, it's kind of like stuck between a rock and a hard place. But anyways, that's what today is about. But unfortunately, I don't know why. We just had a big risk on asset sell-off today. Okay? That is why tech sold off, Nvidia sold off, Google, Microsoft, Apple. I mean, everyone sold off hard today. You have like Coinbase and MicroStrategy down 6+%. Even someone like Robinhood, the new bullish exchange, Galaxy Digital, all down 6-7%. People are just like taking their money off the table. I guess they're trying to get ready for Friday, right? And same thing, Bitcoin right now struggling to hold 113. I was watching the liquidation chart this whole day, and I kept seeing more yellow levels come below. Right now, we knocked out some at 112.7. There's one more level, 112.4, if we continue downwards, but we may just bounce off of here. ETH is 4,000 range again. Although I did cover Tom Lee say that we could fall down to 4,075. We're there. There was another gap, a ETH gap, CME gap that was filled. That was around 4,100, so that's good. But yeah, I mean, the others like Sol, Sui, Link, AVAX, these guys had a horrific day, 5 to 7 to 8% down today, right? So today was just a total panic day, okay? Too much panic selling, too much liquidations. I'm sure we're well above $1 billion. We just had $1 billion liquidation just a day ago. We probably have another $1 billion today, right? The market makers, man, they are making their money. They're making their money hand over fist right now. It doesn't matter if you win or lose, they're going to win. So that's what it comes down to, right? That's what's happening. I guess the main question is, are we going to recover? Is everything done? Is altcoin season done? Well, altcoin season is not done because Bitcoin dominance didn't skyrocket. So that's a good thing. If Bitcoin dominance was skyrocketing right now, right? Say the alts were selling off even faster than Bitcoin and Bitcoin dominance is going up, then I would say, yeah, maybe, you know, altcoin season may be halted for a while. But no, I mean, Bitcoin dominance barely ticked up. Everything sold off. Like, everything. So, that's good. But outside of that, are we going to recover? Obviously, the answer is yes. But when are we going to recover, more importantly? Unfortunately, I think we have to just keep waiting. Tomorrow is the Fed minutes, which is Wednesday. But then we got Thursday, and then we got Friday. My fear is that I think tomorrow, Thursday, and leading up to Friday, we are going to have massive, massive, massive volatility. Panic is starting to set in, and if there's more panic and market opens tomorrow, and even Asia tonight, Asia sold off Bitcoin yesterday. If they decide to sell off tonight, leading in tomorrow, we could definitely see a lot more weakness. The good news is, this is all sounding very bearish right now, right? Obviously, when a lot of people are bearish, guess what? That means we have a really good chance to flip to the upside. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, something good comes out of the Fed minutes that no one expects, can lift things up. Also Friday, who knows? Maybe Powell becomes dovish. He's not hawkish. He goes dovish and says, yeah, I think it's time we start cutting more aggressively leading into next year. Or maybe we're going to stick with a 2 this year, but we're going to have 4 next year, you know, something like that. Hey, if he becomes dovish, we will bounce. We will bounce back really, really hard. So that's the good thing. So as bad as been the last few days, we can certainly bounce back to where we were really, really quickly. Really quickly. The question is, are we going to this Friday? Which I just don't know. I don't know which direction Powell's going to swing. I don't think anyone's really happy with him at this point. I think he knows that. To preserve his legacy, maybe he has to cave. Because if he's going to be remembered as the person who crashed everything in 2025 and 2026, you know, and he's going to get the blunt of the blame if we have a huge crash. You know, I don't know if he wants that on his legacy. So, I really don't know. Anyways, so hang on, guys. I know it's scary to do so. It's kind of tough when everything's falling. But we haven't wiped out all of our gains from the last month or so. Bitcoin dominance is still holding. We haven't seen it really skyrocket yet. And we have a really good chance to bounce back once all the macro scariness is over. Okay, so hang tight, HODL, and DC if you can, or build that cash pile to get ready, because if we go lower, there'll be a golden opportunity to buy. All right? Smash the like, subscribe to the channel. Have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.